Greetings. I just finished the exercise on From Forgiveness is Bliss on accountability. And with that said, it brings me to want to talk about why I got sick, why I believe I got sick. And the main answer to the question is to get my attention. So all the prior warnings were left unheeded. Warnings could have been pain, emotional pain, um, I guess physical pain too, but I think I can identify like broken relationships and the pain that I felt from that. Not just romantic, it could be friendships too. And not really getting out of it what I could have gotten out of it or paying attention. So there were messages being sent to me before. And I always tell people, like with the law of attraction, we get a little bit of a notice that we may hardly notice. And then we don't pay attention. So the notification gets louder and louder and louder until we finally hear. So I've also had illnesses in addition to Parkinson's symptoms. I was diagnosed with Lyme and H. pylori. So I'm believing that these things came to get my attention, but it still didn't get my attention. So here we are. So the number one thing that I believe was an issue was complaining about situations that I found myself in to anyone who would listen. And I have beautiful, lovely friends who were very intent listeners and agree with me on everything. And I love them for it. And I apologize right now for you being a victim of my complaining. And I want to move into another dimension and be grateful for the experiences that I've had and the perfect life that I've had. And as Ayana and I say, it's all consciousness. I'm learning to see life as perfect as it is because it's all God. It's all good. You take out to know it's all God. I'm learning, mm, most importantly, I guess I don't want to really say most importantly, nothing's more important than the other, to mind my business. Um, Parkinson's, one of the, not one of the, when you look up Louise Hay defines Parkinson's, and I'm really trying to go back and find it right now, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. As a fear and an intent to control everything, and that I would have to accept as true because I think I know everything, and I know everything not just for myself, but for you as well. And that's why I wanted to be a life coach because I thought I knew everything. And now I know nothing. And more importantly, I don't want to force you to know anything that I know. I'm just sharing my experience here. And it's like somebody told me, it's like a smorgasbord. All the food's laid at the table, and you can decide what you want. So I'm learning to stop. I'm not going to say what I'm going to stop doing. I'm saying I'm learning to accept and allow my perfect life to unfold. I'm learning to mind my own business, and I'm learning to be more conscious and aware of people and what they're saying and what they're not saying, their behaviors and what they're doing, and learning to just accept it and let it go on by. Because I told somebody the other day, maybe it was today, it's like watching a movie, stunned and amazed. Like, what, who, and what, and what the. But that's my judgments. Me still thinking I know more or better than the next person. So I believe all my experiences has come to learn to flow with life and accept where people are and what they're doing. It's none of my business, even though it looks like it's waiting for my signature or my stamp of approval. It's none of my business. Everybody has their own path. And as my husband told me once, give me the dignity of my process. That's a perfect way to put it. Give me the dignity of my process. I'm going to be giving people the dignity of their process and saying, oh, there's another way that this can happen. I have nothing to do with it. I have no control over it. It does not affect me. So the three things I believe the illness came for was to get my attention, to stop complaining, to be more conscious, and to mind my own business. When you look at Louise Hay's Heal Your Life book, and you see, let's say, for example, the Parkinson's symptoms. I'm not claiming Parkinson's, but I do have symptoms. And then there's an affirmation. And I wrote it somewhere. But you get the gist. I'm going to not say the affirmation online. I'm going to go find it and I'm going to say it for myself again. But thank you. And figure out, we all have our different paths. You can check into what you're dealing with health wise and understand why you attracted it into your life and move on. And I'm moving on to the next exercise because it looks good. It looks like exactly what I'm doing this for. Be well and be blessed.